Okay, fifth graders, we did number 1 in class, and some of the formulas I reminded you of is for area of a rectangle, it's base times height, and for area of a triangle, area equals base times height divided by 2. Once in a while you'll see this written 1/2 base times height, but this is how we're going to look at it today. We're going to divide it by 2. But that's for a triangle, and this one was for a rectangle. Alright, this one is neither a rectangle nor a triangle. However, the same formula applies for a parallelogram as for any rectangle. So a parallelogram is going to use that same formula. So our base for this one is 20. We can see it's 20 across. And then we can see it's 15 high. We talked in class about how we're not going to use this one when we're multiplying. That's only for perimeter. So we want 20 times 15. So you can either do this on the side or use a calculator like I told you you could. And 20 times 15 is 300. So go ahead and write 300 in here. And we were talking about centimeters. And when we multiply centimeters times centimeters, we get centimeters cubed. And then our perimeter here, if this is 20, we know our top will also be 20, and if this is 17, we know this is also 17. So for our perimeter, we're going to add them all up. 17 plus 17 plus 20 plus 20, and we get a total of 74. And 74 centimeters. We don't have to do a 2 by that one because we were adding. It's only if you multiply. Alright, so now we're going to look over here. Perimeters, we want a perimeter of 74, there it is. And so we're going to look for 22 and put an E in it. And an area of 300, there it is. So we will find 6 and put an S in it. I'm assuming some of these won't be used. These are ones we are using. Alright, get your calculator ready for the next one. Now we've got a triangle, so we're going to use this formula right up here. So our first one for our area, we want 12 times 8 divided by 2. Try on your calculator. 12 times 8 divided by 2, it equals 96. Divided by 2 equals 48. So we'll find our 48 over here for area. There it is. And so we'll find number 9 and put a D in it. That was area. Perimeter, we add them all up. 9 plus 11 plus 12. 9 plus 11 plus 12, and that will equal 32. So find your perimeters. There it is. Oh, I thought I saw it. Perimeter of 32. There it is. And so we'll find 1 and we'll put an H in it. Number 4, I'll tell you how to do it, but I'm not going to do this one with you. So for the area, remember, you want base, which is 8, times height, which is 6. And since it's a triangle, we need to divide it by 2. So go ahead and find your answer for area. And then perimeter, we need to add those all up. So you'll have 8 plus 10 plus 6. Go ahead and add those up and you'll be able to find them over here on your graph. Number 5, moving on. The area of this one, it's a little tricky because it looks like it's upside down, but our triangle is fine. Nobody says triangles have to have the point on top. We just typically see them that way. But we'll solve it the same way. We'll still find our base, even though it's at the top. Our base is 16. So we're going to do 16 times our height, which is 15. And then we're going to divide it by 2 because it is a triangle. So on your calculator, do 16 times 15 divided by 2, and you should get your area. And your perimeter, that's the one where you add up all the sides. So you'll have 19 plus 16 plus 16. Okay, moving on to number 6. Our base is over here, strange spot, and our height is this one. Remember, we don't want the sides on these. We want the shortest distance from the base to the top, so 50 is our height. So for your area, you're going to do 30 times 50 and find out what that equals. We're not dividing by 2 because this one is a parallelogram. Let's get this out of here. For perimeter, we add up all 4 sides. Some of them are not given, but if this is a 30, this side also must be a 30. If this is 53, this side also must be 53. So for your perimeter, you're going to add 53 plus 53 plus 30 plus 30 and find out how much that equals, and you'll be able to find it over there on your grid. This one, you're going to need to break up into pieces. Now some of you might go straight down and some of you might go straight across. It won't matter. You will get the same answer. I'm going to go straight across just because I kind of like this measurement right here of the 5 centimeters, and I can see a nice little square forming. And I can see that the height here is 5 and the base of this one would be 5. So I can just multiply for the area of this one and get 5 times 5 and find out the area is 25 centimeters. And then I can find out the area of this little guy is 3 because that's my height, and my base is 11, so 3 times 11 is 33. So to find the total area, now I need to add them up. 33 plus 25 is 58. Our total area on that one is 58, and this is centimeters squared. Even though we added, we first multiplied, so we need to keep our centimeters squared. Our perimeter, we need to add up all of the sides. So get your calculator ready and I'll read them off for you. One technique I usually tell my 4th graders, now you're in 5th graders, now you're in 5th grade, so keep doing this because it works. Scratch them off. Mark them off as you do it, because sometimes when you're adding them up, you forget what you've added. Make sure you get all the sides. Sometimes it's even better if you have another color marker or something that you can show that you've gotten all the sides. All right, ready? Got your calculator? So you're going to do this side first, 5 plus this side, 8, plus this side right here, 11, plus this side right here, 3, plus this side right here, which is 6, plus this side, our last side, which is 5, and find out what it equals. You should find it in the graph over there. All right, moving on to number 8. Remember, if I'm going too fast, pause this video. Going on to number 8, and I'm going to switch colors here. For this one, definitely, well, not definitely, but probably going to want a calculator because you've got some decimals in there and it just will make it go a little faster. I want the process. I don't care so much about whether you use a calculator as long as I know you know how to do it. We did this one in class, and again, your base for this one was that 22.2, and then we're multiplying it by the height, and the height on this one is on the outside. It looks strange, but follow those dotted lines up because we always want the shortest distance from the base to the top. So in this case, it's 2.8. So 2.2 times 2.8 times 2.8 we did in class, and we found out it was 6.16. But we need to do one more thing. We need to divide it here by 2. And so when we did 6.16 divided by 2, we found out it was 3.08, and we found that one already, and I think we even put it in. And then our perimeter, we needed to add up all of the sides. Get your calculator ready and I'll read it off to you. And let's mark it as we go, just like we did on some of those other ones. All right, so we've got 4.7 plus 3.2 plus 2.2 equals, and then you'll find out what your perimeter is. The next one is one of those where you had to break it up into smaller segments. And this, I like the 7 here, so I'm going to go that way. I could go straight up as well. I suppose it won't matter. Maybe I'll go up this time. In class I went the other way, so we'll go up. And I can see my base here is 5 and my height is 14. So I've got 14 times 5 and I find out this is 70. Now, inches squared if I can fit it in. I think I'm just going to leave it at 70, and when I do my final answer, no, it's inches squared. Alright, if this is 14, I don't have a side here, but I can assume that this is also 14. And then I've got 14 times 5. Well, that's the same as I did here. So I can do it on a calculator, 14 times 5, but I will find out that it equals 70 since I did it right here already. This one gets a little trickier. You don't want to use this 9. Don't use 19. Don't use 19. That won't work for you because we know that this whole thing is 19. We just want this little piece. And I can figure too, if this is 9 plus 5 plus 5, that would equal my total of 19 right here at the top. So I'm certain that this is 9. The harder part right here is how high it is. We don't know this right here. We know the total is 14. But we've got a clue right here with this one. If this is 14 and this is 7, 7 plus this little piece equals a total of 14. 7 plus 7 would equal 14. So now I can figure this out. 9 times 7 is 63. So now I need to add up these 3 pieces to get my total. 70 plus 70 plus 63 will give me my total area, and remember that's going to be in inches squared. And then our perimeter, you ready? I'll read them off for you. We've got a bunch of them. This is one where you're going to want to color it and cross them off so you don't lose sight of where you are. Okay, get your calculator ready. We've got a bunch. We've got 19 plus, this side here is 14, plus 5 right here, plus this little piece right here, and that's not given, but if this is 7, I know this must be 7, so add the 7 in there. Cross it off, we did it. Plus 9, plus this 7, plus this piece here, which is a 5, plus this piece right here, which is a 14. And now we're done. So hit equals, and you'll find out what the perimeter is. All right. Thanks for working with me today.